Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Julii Very Hard campaign. I am so excited. Last time we got everything we wanted. Did we have a bit of a setback in part 1 with a big loss at Segestica? Yeah, of course we did. But we came back, we took Segestica, we took Salona, we got mines up and running in both of those cities, and then we swung back, took Batavium all within like 5 turns. It's kind of crazy, honestly. And now we're in a great place for the start of this campaign. We have plans to take Medulanium. Who knows beyond that? So let's go ahead and end this turn. We ended last part at the end of a turn. Let's see what happens. And there's Eporedorix. We lost him for a bit. We didn't know where he went. And the Senate has given me a new mission. Of course, they always give you the most inconvenient mission. Why do you want me to take Yuvavum right now? If I succeed, games will be thrown in my honor at the Senate's expense, however. So there is that. Honestly, Yuvavum's not the worst location. It's kind of a natural place to take. I worry a little bit about taking Yuvavum because it kind of puts you in the sights of the Germans and the Dacians. So you have a higher chance of ending up at war with one of them, which just sucks up a lot of resources. And it's really not worth much. But we might go ahead and just pick it up just because. First, we have to defeat Eporedorix, though. Oh, wait, this isn't even Eporedorix. Where's Eporedorix? This is Eporedorix. Okay, interesting. Where is Eporedorix? He must have gone north. But honestly, they really don't stand a chance here. They have 4 units. They do have a factionary who looks decent, but 4 units plus 3 units in this army without a general. And I have archers, I have Triarii, I have 6 units of Hastati and 2 generals. This really shouldn't be too hard of a battle, but we'll fight them off this turn. Let's go through our announcements first and just get a lay of the land of what's happening. Diplomatic information. Britannia and Germania are at war with each other, which is good. We'll keep them busy. We want that. We want them focused on each other so the Germans don't look at me once I take Yuvavum. Pontus and the Seleucids are allies. For now, it won't last. They will end up at war, and the Seleucids will probably get snuffed out, unfortunately. I'm always rooting for the Seleucids, but it never works out for them. And Macedon and Scythia have allied. It's good that Macedon has an ally because they're at war with the Greeks and the Thracians, but the Scythians are kind of out of the way, so they're not really the most useful ally, but good for them. They have an ally. All of the units that we retrained in Batavium, and thank God we did because we were about to be attacked by Eporedorix. Let's take a look at our construction report. We completed a shrine to Ceres in Segestica. We'll go ahead and build land clearance here. And I'm a little worried about Captain Verken Jedrics over here. He only has 3 units, but I only have 1 unit inside Segestica. So I might need to send some troops over there to kill Captain Verken Jedrics before we take Yuvavum, because I just don't want to lose Segestica. So we'll have to deal with him soon. In Salona, we completed our wooden palisade. Let's go ahead and build roads here. Looks like I really can't tell if we need roads to trade slaves between settlements because we're getting the 1% here, which means I think we're getting the trade bonus from trading both of these slave trade resources, but I don't know. We're gonna build roads regardless because they're good to have. And in Batavium, we got our shrine to Ceres level 1. What do we want to build next in this city? I think we want to keep focusing on population growth rate. So we'll build a land clearance. That'll get us up to 8% population growth rate, which is crazy high. And Amulius Julius has found himself a wife, Domitilla. Hopefully she's good. He didn't get any traits from it, so that's a good sign. Sometimes you get a trait for like crazy wife. So he didn't get anything, but congratulations to Amulius Julius. And, oh, would you look at that? Arretium has finally grown. Oh my goodness, this is exciting. Begs the question, do we even wait for communal farming to complete? We've invested 1 turn into it. It would be nice to have a little higher population growth rate, a little more income from farming, but honestly, it is so worthwhile to just have the governor's palace. I'm going to go ahead and do that because it will also boost our population growth rate because there'll be more space for people to live. It'll decrease squalor, which for us is 2.5% hindrance to population growth rate. So if we can get that down a little bit, that might be worth more anyways than communal farming. And also it unlocks all kinds of fun stuff. Would you like to see all the fun stuff? Why, yes, let's take a look. Minor city, we can get Legion Barracks, which allows us to train Principes, which are just a better version of Hastati with better defense. We can train an archery range for Roman archers and ballistas, our first siege equipment. We can build a forum, which allows the training of assassin. We can build academies, arenas, and we can build cavalry stables for cavalry auxilia, which are missile cavalry. They're not that good, so we probably won't utilize that. A lot of the early cavalry for the Romans is not that good, but I'm very excited that we finally are at a minor city for Retium, so I'm going to do that right away. Honestly, my plan ideally was to have already built a practice range by the time we got to a minor city, but we're just doing things a little out of order now. It's okay. Let's take a look at our end of turn report. We profited 1,400 denarii. It's so weird to see that number being positive every turn now that we have a couple more cities and some mining going on, but I'm very grateful for it. And of course, Batavium is besieged by Gaul. Now, as always, we have a million different things that we need to do at all times. We currently have to obviously beat Eporedorix here. We have to send an army up to Juvavum to take that settlement. And we have to kill Verken Jedrics. And we have to take Medulanium. Because I want to do that soon because Belinus is here and he's looking awfully flimsy. I mean, I have a plan, but it's kind of naughty. I kind of want to just use Flavius Julius and his 96 heavy cavalry to just go take Medulanium. Because we have a spy in Medulanium, so there's a 40% chance that we just open the gates and he can go in there and kill Belinus and his 52 heavy cavalry. I'm going to do it. Okay, and here's my reasoning. So I do want to kill Eporedorix, and I should do that this turn, and I will. I will kill Eporedorix, but that's the factioner. And when I kill him, then there's a chance that Belinus becomes the factioner, and then he gets extra cavalry. So I kind of just want to get this over with now. Now, am I risking losing my faction leader, Flavius Julius, who is also maybe my best general? Yes. But nothing ventured, nothing gained. So if we can just snatch Medulanium with him, it will make it a lot easier dealing with Eporedorix, Juvavum, and Verken Jedrics as a 3-pronged challenge instead of having the 4th prong of having Medulanium here. To be clear, I'm definitely overextending. I am fully aware that I am fully overextending here, but we're going to try it. Okay, so we didn't get the gates open this turn, but we're going to leave him there. Well, we have to leave him there. There's no choice. And hope that he doesn't get attacked by wherever Lugatorix is. And we're going to leave him there, and maybe he will be able to take Medulanium next turn. We have a unit of cavalry mercenaries that we can use to satisfy Segesta. And yeah, we have 1 unit in each of these settlements, and we're trying to take Medulanium with 1 unit. So a little bit ambitious, but on the bright side, I will say, this means that if we win at Batavium and this little army runs away, they're not going to be able to make it inside of Medulanium, which will make Medulanium easier to take. So this might have been actually very smart instead of very stupid. And honestly, are you really a Rome Total War player if you aren't pushing your empire and all of your resources to the absolute limit every turn? I would say no. So that's what we're going to do. All right, let's attack Eporedorix and see if we can just defeat both of these armies right now. And I've been saying his name wrong this whole time. His name is Eporedorix, not Eporedorix, but I like Eporedorix better, so that's what it's going to be. And all right, let's see what they have. So 2 units of warband, 1 unit of swordsman, no problem. Oof. In the pink, extra general's hit points. He's honestly he's a pretty good general. 4 stars of command, 77 heavy cavalry. That's going to be difficult, but we do have Triaria if we need them. The reinforcements are honestly pretty good. 2 units of swordsmen and 1 unit of warband, but they don't have a general, and Eporedorix will not be able to assist with morale for the reinforcing army, even if they're right up against each other. So I think we can pull this off. And on the bright side, I do need a lot of battles where the strength ratio is not too extremely in our favor, because as someone pointed out in the comments, you get a lot of good traits for your generals if you fight battles that are close. So like that battle that I fought for Batavium, and I think for all of these battles, have not been very close, so we haven't been getting great traits for Quintus Julius. But if we win this, then we'll get a pretty good trait potentially, because it's a close battle. So let's see if we can do this. We just need to be a little bit smart. We are sallying out, so we have control over the battle. They don't have any siege equipment or anything. But I think we can do this, hopefully without too many casualties. Now, we could try to get outside of the city really quickly and intercept the reinforcements, but they're going to come from over here. So honestly, we don't really have any chance of successfully doing that. So let's just draw up a very careful army outside of the gates here and just use the wall to prevent us from being flanked and see what we can pull off. I think in just a head-to-head battle, we'll win this. So let's just be careful and do this smart. We'll keep our archers right here for now until it's safe for them to exit the city. And if the enemy charge us, they can get some shots over the wall. We want all of our Hastati to be relatively close. Same with our Triarii, we might need to use them. And we're just going to bring one unit out at a time. It doesn't hurt if we get this done quickly, before the reinforcements get here. But just get outside the city. Go there, you go next. We want to clear this pathway as much as possible, because it'll be faster that way. So you go over here, you go here. Now you go here, you go here. We're just bringing everyone out one at a time. You go here, you go here. You go here, you go here. I'm sure y'all love me saying you go here 7,000 times. But, there's a method to my madness. And honestly, we could probably have engaged just one of the armies without the other one. But we wouldn't have had enough time to do anything carefully, and I want to be careful. So I'm okay that we took our time. Let's reposition slightly. We'll get our Triarii right here behind the front line. And we'll get our archers out here. And then we'll get my general out here for morale. We'll get my other general out here in case we need to use him. And all right. Not a bad setup. Let's make this a little bit cleaner. I always like my edges to be very clean on my armies. So there's always, no gaps. We don't want any level of flanking. Okay, is this the... Okay, that's the 77 heavy cavalry. So they're going to try and attack the flank. We want our Triarii over on that flank. And let's have everyone use guard mode, and I'm going to group up all the infantry together so this shell remains intact. Let's also actually bring this unit over closer on this side to help with the strongest unit, which is the Barbarian Warlord. Definitely going to be the strongest unit. And we will drop our archers here. We'll also attach them to this group. And the generals... Let's leave a general on the flank here, just in case we need him for fighting that warlord. I'm very serious about that warlord. He's going to be difficult to kill. So we got to be really careful that we don't get any breaks. And let's just move up a little bit. I really don't know what the right approach is here. We want to use all of our missiles if possible. We need to avoid any breaks caused by that cavalry. And then I think the right approach is going to be cause breaks on this flank, because the general's not over here and the reinforcement army is most likely more on this side than on the side with the general. So I think if we cause breaks over here, we can kind of wrap up the whole army. That might be my approach, which makes me want to bring my reinforcing general over. Okay, we are in range with our archers, so we're going to start getting some damage in. Who are you shooting at? Shooting at some warband. That's good. We'll get some damage in, and we will just hold off for as long as possible while we're in range with our archers. If we can fire all of our arrows before this battle starts, that would be ideal. Let's just speed this up and see if they're going to charge. Looks like, yes, they are going to charge. So let's bring our general over here for moral support. Looks like the battle's going to be more on this side than I was realizing. And we want them to get in range of our Pila. Looks like they're walking into range, which is perfect because we've got a lot of javelins in. We're ready with the Triarii to reassign them. I honestly think the Triarii might need to be more in this area. So let's walk them over there. Okay, here we go. We are throwing all of our javelins in. We're doing a lot of damage with missiles. We have a break already. That's perfect. Middle of the army has broken, so we're going to have morale issues on both sides. Let's bring this cavalry around here, see if we can get a break on this side. How are we doing on morale? We're shaken, so I'm going to use rally troops. We'll charge into the side here with my general. We really need to get another break. Let's get our Triarii in attacking this warlord. And we want our general as close as possible for as much morale bonus as possible. These units that are getting charged into by the cavalry are probably very close to breaking. Yeah, they're shaken. But the Triarii are getting involved now. If we can get a break on this flank, we will have a really good chance of surviving this. Ah, man, who do we fire at? Okay, I really don't want to have a break here. I almost want to get my general involved just to guarantee this win. Just do it. I really hope I don't lose my general here. We'll use rally troops just so we prevent any kind of a break. No, we have a break. Where is it? Right there? Yeah. Come on, just stick with it. I was really hoping for a break on this flank. This is going really poorly, actually. The enemy warlord is just too strong. We might have to retreat. Let's get our archers inside the city, and honestly, we might want to just run. Let's get our general inside the city. We don't want to lose him. Let's... I mean, we'll keep... Oh, but then everyone will break. I want to retreat everyone, but if they start retreating, then... Yeah, guys, just everyone retreat. We just want to save as many troops as possible. They're going to break as soon as they start fleeing, but we just need to get everyone to the city center. Oh, I did not think this was going to be so difficult. Everyone get to the city center. They will reform. We didn't lose either of our actual generals yet, so that's okay. The question is, will they follow us into the city? If they do, we have to actually stand and fight on the city center and not break. But, I mean, even... I don't see how we survive this. Unless they just don't follow me into the city, but they will. Come on, guys. Okay, run. This unit reformed. Everyone, get to the city center. Okay, now the moment of truth. Do they follow us? Do they not follow us in? Oh my god. Please don't follow us in. They didn't. Okay. So you're telling me there's hope. How many people were left in that general's unit? Like 15. Oh, we were so close to killing Eporedorix. If we'd killed Eporedorix, this battle would have been easy. Okay, let's lock in. Get the archers as close as possible to these gates. If we can get some more shots in, we might still be able to do some more damage. Ooh, that was really close. That was bad. And it was bad because we're not going to be able to heal these troops until this siege is relieved. So we are still in a really bad place. I mean, I guess we could get our strongest units all right here in just a little block with the generals. Just make a nice, strong little block to tempt them into maybe charging into me. And then we can get some more arrows in and maybe break one unit. And this might still be possible, but we're outnumbered badly now. Ooh, I just don't know how we're going to win this even next turn. We'll have to train more reinforcements or bring in my generals from other cities. What's the situation out here? We're so close to just killing this general, but he has extra hit points. He's going to be hard to kill. Are any of these units close to breaking? Man, they are not even close. I mean, if I could fight just the general with just my general, I would beat him. We'd be faster than all the rest of the troops on the battlefield. All right, let me just try this out. Let me just see what I can do. If I can just taunt just the general into chasing me down and trying to fight, or even if all of them chase, the general will be faster. And I could maybe fight him alone and kill him because there's only 11 in his unit, and I have 32 in my heavy cavalry. So I am risking losing my general, the actual soldier himself. But I'm also potentially going to kill Eporedorix. Let me try charging into Eporedorix, because they're not going to respond quickly enough, these warband, I don't think. No, they're not. No, they are. Okay, get out of the way, get over here. Just get on this flank. Come on. Ah, he's being smart. How dare he? Okay, wow, they're actually using like a flank guard. I'm kind of surprised by that. I hate when they're smart. Okay, back up. Get out of there. I mean, I could try and use my archers. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Chase me, Eporedorix. Yes. This is perfect. Okay, charge into Eporedorix and rally troops so my general stays safe. If we can just kill him right now. Come on. Just kill him before the reinforcements arrive. Kill him. Oh god, there's 4 left. Okay, get out of there. Get out of there. Run, 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 run. Oh my god. Don't die. Okay. He's down to 3. I'm down to 26. Go hang out by some towers, see if we can get the towers to shoot at the warband a little bit. And maybe get the archers to come over here and see if we can get some shots into this warband. You taking the shots from the towers yet? Oh god, I don't want them to charge into the infantry. Oh, this is not good. Come on. Okay, they're in range. Start firing. Fire into these warband. We need to get my general around and kill Eporedorix before they charge into my troops at the front gate, or we might still lose this battle. This unit of warband will take a lot of damage from my archers, so that's good. Okay, just get my general around here. And honestly, can we survive a full attack from this army? I don't know. I really don't know. I really need to snipe Eporedorix right now. I wish these archers had a shot on someone. Come on. You're not in range? It says you're in range. Okay. The good thing is once these units commit to fighting over here, I'll be able to charge in and get at the general, I think. Oh god. Okay. Come on. You can do this. Charge Eporedorix. We're not gonna be able to reach Eporedorix though. Okay, we have a break over here. That's good. Come on, just run them down. Whoa, we have breaks happening. Okay, push the advantage. Get in there. Kill Eporedorix. Come on. Come on, kill him. He's dead. Oh my god, okay. Both their commander and their general are dead, so they're not going to reform. Let's get our units pursuing, and we will take out this last unit of warband. Guys, see? Y'all can go ahead and hit backspace on your comments that you were leaving, calling me an idiot for re-engaging. I'm shocked that worked. We actually won that. All right, now if we can kill most of everyone here, then they will disband, and then we won't have to deal with this army at all. Oh my god, this is amazing. All right, let's make sure they're pursuing intelligently. Come on. Okay, a couple more warband over here. Come on, run down this last guy. Now go kill these 21, and then this. I probably should have sent the bigger unit to hunt down these troops because there are more of them, but we'll see. We might still get them all. Okay, they've turned around, so hunt these guys down. That unit's dead. Hunt these guys down. And you can chase them. One of them, no, we'll come back for them. I think we might get everyone. Let's see. Come on, hunt them down. And let's see. Once this last guy dies, go hunt down these guys. And then you hunt down these guys. Wow. Actually, switch those. You get them. You get them. Wow. And we can speed it up now. We got everyone. No survivors. Oh my god. I really did not think I was going to win that. When everyone broke and we lost like half the army, that was not looking good. Heavy cavalry, man. Okay, average victory. Give me a little more credit than that. Okay, yes, I lost half of my army, but I didn't lose any archers. I healed the only casualty I took, so kind of a win-win. Whew. And just like that, both armies deleted off the map. Eporedorix is still somewhere, and we still have Belinus inside of Medulanium, but he doesn't have any troops and he can't train any troops now because he's besieged. So now we just need to deal with Captain Verken Jedrics and then pick up Juvavum. Now, we need to retrain all these Sistati, but Aemilius Julius does not have drill masters, so we're going to take him out of the city because we have a discount to retraining of, I think it's just 10%, but it seems like more than 10%. Is there something else that gets a discount to retraining? Not that I can see, but drill master gives a 10% discount on unit training costs, so we'll save a lot of money by queuing up the retraining of all these units with Quintus Julius in command, and then we will bring Aemilius Julius back, and we keep that discount. So that's a nice little couple hundred denarii right there. And it looks like we got a trade increase for Quintus Julius, confident commander, again, because that was a pretty close battle. So he's up to 4 stars of command, plus 1 command for 5 total when attacking. So not bad. But man, are we drawn really thin right now. If any army appeared anywhere and attacked any of our cities, they would take it. We are just hanging on by a thread, but that's always like 10 turns before true greatness is the point at which you have absolutely nothing left. So we're in a good place. We just need to be careful. We're almost ready to end the turn. Let's keep moving our diplomat south towards Spain. And do we want to train any troops in Patavium? We'll train some war dogs that we're going to use as a garrison. We'll probably have 1 unit of war dogs in each of these cities, just in case they're needed. And I think we're good to end the turn. I really hope Verken Jedrics doesn't attack Segestica this turn. But if he does, we'll just go pick him up with the troops that we have in Patavium right now. Let's go ahead and end the turn. Nope, looks like they're just trying to maybe bring Verken Jedrics back to help out with defending Medulanium. But that's not going to help. And gates still aren't open. I should have been building rams, but that's okay. We're still waiting on Medulanium for the spy to get the gates open. But, well, that's okay. And now, Verken Jedrics. I forget what he has in this army. Let's take, do we want to train up Aemilius? We might want to train up Aemilius and have him do a little fighting, but Quintus Julius is still young. He's 34. Let's take him, and we'll take all of our troops except these Triarii. And are they going to be okay with public order? Yeah, they'll be fine. We'll just bring down the tax rate to low. And we'll go kill Captain Verken Jedrics. If you can't tell, I love saying his name. And I think Verken Jedrics was like a Gallic king who like led an uprising or something against the Romans. So we might be about to cut his career a little bit short, which could cause massive ramifications for history. So, you know. Ooh, actually walked right past those rebels. Not sure why they let us do that, but thank you. And Verken Jedrics fled. We will get him next turn. Actually, can I just start the fight anyway? Ooh. No, I didn't mean to do that. It's okay. It'll be fine. I didn't think they would leave the armies. I didn't think there was enough room for him to leave the army. It's fine. All right. The Brudii. Oh, wow. The Brudii have allied with Macedon. What? Okay. Interesting. I guess they're ganging up on the Greeks, but that's going to limit the Brudii's ability to grow a lot. We'll see. I mean, if the Macedonians just pick up Thurman right here, then the Brutii will have nowhere to expand into. So that was an interesting choice. In Ariminum, we finished our blacksmith. Ooh, so at some point we should bring our troops back here for retraining. I might do that soon, actually. And I kind of want to build some ports because we're going to start having trade soon, and it'll be important to have ports. And we do have a good amount of money right now. So we'll build a port in Ariminum. In Segesta, we have a trader. We're not even going to build a barracks level 1 because there's no point. It just costs 600 denarii, and we're never going to build a unit of town watch. So we'll wait. When it's a little bigger, we'll build that, and we'll build the militia barracks. In Salona, we have roads. We're going to go ahead and build a land clearance for a little more population growth rate. And we'll take a look at our end of turn report. Again, another profitable turn. Profits of 1149. Not too bad. And we will move our diplomat Sextus Antio. He got stuck on Lugdunum, but that's okay. All right, we're ready to end the turn, and we're going to hope that Verken Jedrics does not attack Quintus Julius while he's hanging out here on his own, which he's definitely going to do. I swear, the Thracians offer everyone an alliance. Everyone. I wish I could double check who they're at war with. I think they're at war with Macedonia. So I think it would actually be a really bad idea to get an alliance with Thrace because it would make the Macedonians mad at me. So let's just do trade rights for map information. Yeah, I mean, it's fine to have alliances, but you don't want to have an alliance with someone you're actively like at odds with. So we're not going to accept. But every single game, Thrace offers everyone an alliance. At least the player always, no matter who you're playing as, they offer you an alliance. Okay, so Verken Jedrics did not attack Quintus Julius when he got stuck on his own because I was not managing his move points correctly. And now he's cornered. I don't think he can flee anywhere because he's on this little peninsula. So we can attack. He will back up, and if he flees from this battle, he dies because he's up against the water. So just 1 unit of barbarian cavalry, 2 units of warband. Should not be hard at all. Nice, easy win. All right, so we're going to have a nice, strong wall. Going to make kind of a chevron of my Hastati, put our archers in the front there so they can get some shots in, and we'll have our general just hang out on the flank. We really don't need to be too careful in this battle. It should be a pretty easy win, but let's go ahead and get up to kind of the top of this little hill. Maybe a little bit further forward. We want to be kind of downward sloping for our archers to have the best shot, and they honestly might be in range relatively soon. We don't have that much high ground over them, but a little bit. Yeah, not in range. Let's get a little closer. Still have a little bit of high ground over here, I think. And once we can start firing with those archers, we will do a lot of damage. Yes. Perfect, we're in range. Make sure everyone's on fire at will. The Hastati, yes they are. So we'll start firing with our archers, and then hopefully they'll charge at us, and we can get some javelins into them, and then it should be a pretty easy battle. Okay, go ahead and fire. Let's see what they're going to do. Not much. They're just going to hang out and take shots. So we will just fire all of our arrows, waiting for a response from them. At some point, they'll get fed up and they will pursue. But if we can fire all of our arrows, this is ideal. Not every battle are you able to do that. Will we get up to 3 chevrons of experience? Not quite. That's okay. They fired all their arrows. We killed 14% of the enemy army before the battles even started. And let's get up a little bit closer, see if we can get in range with our Pila. Not quite in range. Getting close, though. Move forward a little bit further, and we should be in range with at least one of our units of Hastati. We not? Oh. A little closer. There we go. Now we're in range with the front 2 units here, I think. So they'll get some javelins in. They're using War Cry. And if they charge towards us at all, the rest of our units will also be in range. That's going to do a ton of damage. Okay. They're shaken already, so we could just charge in and they would probably break. Let's bring this unit out like this, so we're kind of flanking on this side. And these two units haven't used any of their Pila, so let's pull them up to there. We'll bring our general up here just for moral support. And are you in range? Not quite in range. Let's kind of encircle them a little bit like that. Almost in range. We want to use as many of our missiles as possible in every battle. That's how you prevent taking too many casualties. So this would be a nice direct hit right in the flank. Ooh, ouch. Yeah, they're just getting ripped to shreds. All right. Are they going to charge at some point, or are they just kind of accepting their fate? I think they're just kind of accepting their fate, which I'm not going to complain about. All right, let's move these guys up. It's 3-on-1 on this flank with their weakest unit because we've used all of our missiles into that unit. So we want to get some shots into this unit as well, but we're going to have at least one unit break right off the bat, which means this should be a pretty quick battle. All right, that's all of our missiles, so we can just get started, I think. Everyone fresh? Yes. All right, let's have these 3 units attack this unit of warband. These 2 units will attack this unit of warband, and then we will bring up our general for moral support. Should break right away over here. They're shaken only? There we go, broken. They're shaken, wavering. This unit's gonna break as well. Let's go ahead and just go straight into the Barbarian Cavalry. Being somewhat behind the warband will also cause them to have morale issues. Bring my general over here so he helps out with morale and also helps flank this warband. Oh, my general himself is actually getting... Oh, I thought my general died. I was so worried. Get out of the way. Okay. Enemy commander is dead. So these warband should break pretty soon. Enemy cavalry broken. There we go. Nice, easy victory. We'll just hunt down as many warband as possible so that hopefully the whole army routes. But yeah, just get some more kills. I don't think we're going to be able to run down any barbarian cavalry because they're light cavalry, so they're faster than my general. But we'll get some of that warband, and then we'll get this unit of warband. And can we get to 90%? Yeah, we got to 90%. So the army should rout. All right, we took 139 casualties. We just lost some Hastati, but that's worth it for the peace of mind of not having any Gallic troops in this part of the world. They all broke. We probably didn't even need to run them down because they would have broken regardless because of the water at their back. But, all right. So we've taken out Verken Jedrics. We've taken out Eporedorix. We've freed Batavium. Can we take Medulanium? Oh, yes! The gates are finally open. I could bring reinforcements, but I think it's kind of fun. I think it's kind of fun to fight Belinus with my heavy cavalry. Now, is there a chance, a small chance, that I get my faction leader killed because I refuse to bring reinforcements? Yes. Is that going to stop me, though? No. Bringing any more troops to this battle than double would be shameful. It would be un-Roman. And Flavius Julius, he's not technically a true Roman. He's a good, honest Roman, though. There you go. He's a good, honest Roman. He would not bring reinforcements to this battle. And just like that, we will have all of northern Italy as well. Oh my goodness. What a start to this campaign. Ooh, and it's foggy and dramatic. We're going to keep it foggy and dramatic. All right. You ready? You got this, dude. Run on in there. I'm a little worried for his safety. But, I mean, we have double the heavy cavalry. He should be fine. All right. You fresh still? Yes, good. Okay. Couple of things to consider. We would like to get a really good charge in, but it may not be possible because of this little rock at the center of the city center. We don't want them to get a charge into us, though. So if there's going to be a charge at all, we want to be the ones charging. I almost want to circle around this side of the city center to get a better charge in. Let's do it. Wonder if they're going to attack us. And when we charge, we do want to use rally troops, so my general jumps up on his hind legs and kind of sticks behind the unit while I charge in so we don't risk losing him. All right. You guys ready? Don't get yourselves killed. Where is their actual general? He's usually in the front left. So yeah, our charge is going to directly hit their general. And my general's going to be tucked away nice and safe. So there's really no reason this should go poorly. But where there's a will, there's a way. All right. We rallied troops. So he's tucked away at the back. All right, where's Belinus? Okay, Belinus is right here. He's getting stabbed by like 6 different people. If Belinus doesn't die before Flavius Julius, I'm going to be really mad. Oh god, we're taking a lot of casualties. No, we got a good charge in though. Why are they doing really well? You guys really need to kill him right now. Oh, I'm so nervous. I almost want to get another charge in. Oh, but he's tucked away pretty safely on the edge. Should we get another charge in? Oh no, I'm nervous. Can we please just kill him, guys? Okay, I'm gonna back up. Get out of there. We'll get another charge in. Oh no, we're barely winning this. We only have 6 more than them. Oh god. Okay, get out of there. We're winded. They're winded. Let's everyone rest. We'll get back up to fresh, and we'll take another charge, and we'll see if we can just kill them. Wonder if they would charge us. All right. It's time to fight like a man. It's now honestly pretty even. One final charge. You got this. You so got this. Rally troops. Okay, they're down to 19. I honestly want to go for another charge. Okay, we got Belinus. Do we need another charge? No, we're beating them now. We're just going to let them fight it out. They're down to 7. Yep, we're winning. And end the battle. We don't need to finish them off. Oh. We took Medulanium with just 1 unit. Flavius Julius is a good, honest Roman. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was a little bit close. But now we get to enslave Medulanium, so don't know what to tell you. Perfect. And now that will give another 0.5% population growth bonus to Batavium, bringing it to 9.5% population growth bonus, which is crazy. And we've taken all of northern Italy. We're up to 7 settlements, and 4 of them are really good. Okay, this is going well. Oh my god, Shrine to Tuditus. Actually, experience bonus to troops trained here is pretty good. We don't put up with Gallic religion, though. We're getting rid of that immediately, and we're building a shrine to Ceres. Medulanium is actually a pretty good city to have. It has also a high population growth rate, not as high as Batavium, but these 2 cities end up being really big cities when they're like at their highest level as huge cities because they have high population growth rates. So honestly, in the late game, they're pretty useful. All right. Oh man, look at this cute little empire. Oh, Aulus Brutus just noticed that we took Salona. He's like, oh, screw you. I was going to take that. I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's going to go up here somewhere, but sorry, bud. You got to go fight the Greeks. All right, let's go through our announcements. In Batavium, we have our war dogs. I'm getting more war dogs. I love war dogs. I'll keep these ones in Batavium for now because the city is most likely to get attacked, but we will put 1 unit of war dogs at least in each of our cities because they're very cheap on the upkeep and very good at defending. Construction report in Segestica, we completed our land clearance. Nothing else we can build there until we hit the next level of city. Batavium, land clearance as well. Let's build a port here. We're building a port in Ariminum as well, so we'll be able to trade between the two of them, and that's worth 100 per turn, and it should go up as well once it registers that Ariminum has a port. So that'll be good. We're going to make a good amount of money from these two cities trading with each other here, and then once we're able to build a port in Salona, that'll make a lot of money, because Salona has olive oil here, a lot of trade to be done. Ooh, and coming of age for one of our new generals, Manius Julius. Oh my god, okay. Oh, look at this guy. Filthy minded, so he's easier to bribe. He has -1 influence. Financially irregular. When cash flows through this man's hand, some sticks to his fingers. -1 management. Untruthful for +1 influence. Handsome, +2 influence. Political animal, +1 influence. Improves chances of getting elected and more popular with the Senate. You dirty dog. Manius, you're 16. How are you already such a horrible person? But, okay. Manius Julius, what will we do with you? We don't currently have a general in Segesta. I could send him over there. But he's really bad at management, so part of me wants to just throw him into being a warrior. But we'll send him to Segesta for now, just so we have a general there. We should have a general in each of our cities whenever we can. And let's take a look at our end of turn report. We profited 3,600. Oh my goodness. Things are really turning around. We're at that point in the game where your economy starts to really figure itself out. So pretty excited about that. And let's go ahead and get all of our troops that have been out fighting Gauls into Ariminum so we can retrain them with better weapons. I think better weapons and armor from the blacksmith that we built, and then we'll send them up to Yovavum. Let's see how much longer we have for that Senate mission. 8 turns, so we have plenty of time to take Yovavum. It'll take probably 4 or 5 turns to get up there, so that won't be bad. Looks like the Gauls are focusing on taking Lugdunum right now, and probably, I think this is Massilia. They're probably working on taking that as well. Let's take a look. Wow, they haven't taken Massilia. Where did Verken go? If not to take Massilia and not to defend northern Italy, where did he go? I don't know. I'm not complaining, but we'll keep sending this diplomat down to Spain. And I think there's not much else we can do this turn. Something I'm starting to think about is you want to get all of your settlements to the next level of growth. So now that Iridium is over 6,000, we really don't need to be focusing on their growth anymore. So we could start sending some peasants to move population around and grow cities like Segesta that are tiny and far away from hitting their next level of city, because while we're sitting here, Segesta can't build any more buildings. Segestica can't build any more buildings. Salona can't build any more buildings. So we really want to get them to the next level now that Iridium has reached its next milestone, so that everyone can be growing kind of at the same time. So let's build some peasants in Iridium. We're going to let Ariminum be, because they're still pretty close to 6,000, so we're not going to be draining any more troops out of Ariminum for now. But we will drain some troops out of Iridium to be able to get these cities to the next level. Medulanium, honestly, we'll take some peasants out of Medulanium to move population down to Segesta as well, because we want to grow that really quickly. And let's go ahead and end this turn. Let's see what the Gauls want. They want a ceasefire. At this point, honestly, that's fine. Maybe give me updated map information and we can have a ceasefire. Really? That's a bridge too far? Okay, fine. Ceasefire and trade rights. I have nothing I want to take from the Gauls right now, so I'm okay with the ceasefire. And Verken just showed up. Were you hanging out in this forest this whole time? Just doing nothing with this army? Or where did you come from? Maybe over here by Massilia? I don't understand. Whatever. I almost want to kill Verken. I know I just agreed to a ceasefire, but I just don't like having an army this big hanging out next to all of my really weakly defended cities. We'll see. Let's go ahead and move some population around, like I said, disband these peasants inside Segesta, and these peasants inside Segesta. That brings us to 1,200 population. We'll bring down the tax rate to low to get the population growth rate up to 4%. And let's bring a general in here. And honestly, we'll get some more population. We want to just get Segesta over the line of 2,000 as quickly as possible. So we're just going to drain a bunch of population out from these cities to get Segesta up to Large Town, I think is the name of the city. Now, what do we want to do? Do we want to send Quintus Julius up to take Yuvavum with all of our troops and leave all these cities kind of undefended? Or should we kill Lugatorix first? I haven't decided yet, but for now, let's bring Quintus Julius and all the troops at least up to here. And we'll see what Lugatorix does next turn. If he leaves, if he goes up north, then we might go up and take Yuvavum. But we might have to also keep some troops in the area just because I don't trust the Gauls and their claims of wanting a ceasefire. So I think if they had the chance to take one of their cities back, they probably would. Let's take a look at our announcements. Diplomatic information. Dacia and Germania are at war. And ceasefire between the Gauls and Julii, of course. I love the Germans being at war with people, Dacia being at war with people. This is great. I want everyone on the edge of the map who is not someone I'm directly fighting to just be fighting each other, because that will keep me out of the line of fire. And in Iridium, we have a minor city, finally. So we can build Legion barracks for Principes. We can build an archery range. That's the main thing. And we can get a large Temple of Ceres, all kinds of fun stuff. Let's see how much our Squalor went down by. It went down at least 0.5%. I think maybe 1%. So yeah, as you grow the city, Squalor goes down, despite the population going up. We'll go ahead and build a practice range now because I want to get an archery range. So in 6 turns, I'll be able to start building archers. In Ariminum, we built a port. And what do we want to build now? Maybe sewers or communal farming since we're working on population growth rate. Let's do communal farming. I don't think sewers has any kind of increase to population growth rate, does it? Oh, it does. Sewers. That's a pretty easy 0.5% population growth rate bonus. We'll do that. And in Salona, we built our land clearance. Again, we're not going to build a barracks. Just a barracks in a city with no population to spare for building units doesn't make any sense. In Medulanium, we got our Shrine to Ceres, which is going to start working on that culture penalty of 45%, which is currently affecting the public order in Medulanium. Let's see. Part of me wants to build a bunch of paved roads in this whole area in case we need to move units around. But we won't do it yet. Let's build a Temple of Ceres level 2 in Medulanium to help work on that culture penalty a little bit more. Ooh, and would you look at that? We are the largest faction on Earth right now, which is kind of crazy because some factions start with like 6 settlements, like Egypt. The Germans start with 5. The Gauls start with 7, I think. And we have 7. And we're the largest faction right now. So everyone else is not doing very well. I don't know what Aulus Brutus is planning right now. Maybe he's going to go up this way. I think that's the only thing I would guess he's doing. Why have they not gone down and taken at least Thurman? The Brutii are doing really poorly, which is excellent for me. This is why I took Salona. They definitely wanted Salona. Who are they at war with right now? Oh my god. The Brutii aren't even at war with the Greeks. They're allied with the Macedonians. They're not at war with the Greeks. They're just at war with Carthage, which is random, and Gaul, which is random. I think both of those factions they're at war with just because their allies are at war with them. They haven't attacked anyone. They're literally playing as pacifists, which is just so honorable, and I'm very proud of them. Let's take a look at our end of turn report. Another very profitable turn, 3,500 profit. We're in a good place right now. As long as a Gallic army doesn't appear with like 12 units in it, I'm pretty happy with how this campaign has started. We'll keep moving our diplomat towards Spain, and let's go ahead and end this turn. At some point, I do need to repair my fleet that's all banged up because I attacked a rebel fleet at one point, but I mean, I could do it now. I actually have a lot of denarii right now, so I might do that. And wow, Lugatorix is actually moving on. If I wanted to be a real jerk, I could sneak Quintus Julius around and pick up Massilia. Because Lugatorix is definitely planning taking Massilia. Okay, is there any way I could do that? I mean, maybe if I trained a fleet here and picked up an army here and brought them around, maybe we could do it. Or we could bribe Massilia if we want to be really mean. We'll let Lugatorix take Massilia. They can build it up a little bit, build a couple buildings there, and then we'll go take it from them. Let's go ahead and move some population around to expand the peasants from Medulanium and Iridium inside of Segesta. And that brings us to 1,700 population. We're almost there. We'll do one more unit from Iridium, and then we'll be done. with that. Quintus Julius, what to do with you? I think we can go take Yovavum safely now. So, because I don't think Lugatorix is turning back. And if he does, honestly, Quintus Julius is so fast thanks to Drillmaster and Lively. He could turn around if Lugatorix turns around. So let's follow Lugatorix with my spy just to make sure we see where he's going. We'll go right over here so we see this whole mountain pass. And let's send Quintus Julius up towards taking Yovavum. So he'll be there in 2 turns. We can take that. I'm fully expecting at some point to lose Yovavum because it's such a tiny settlement. It's not worth leaving a lot of troops as a garrison. It just isn't. It pays like nothing. It's a horrible settlement. But we are going to do it for the reward from the Senate, which is, I think, yeah, games being thrown in my honor, which should help with reputation with, I think, the people. It helps with your standing with the people, which you need to max out if you want to declare war on your allies at the end of the game. So we always want to be completing these missions for the little bonuses here and there. Let's take a look at our announcements. Britain and Dacia are allies. This is the most peaceful game of Rome Total War I have ever seen. Why is everyone making weird alliances? That's a crazy alliance. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense if they're both fighting the Germans. No, that's actually not a crazy alliance, but I mean, good. Yeah, that's great. We have our war dogs in Patavium. Let's send our war dogs with Quintus. We'll leave 1 unit of war dogs in Yovavum to defend it as a garrison. And then we'll train up 1 more unit of war dogs in Patavium, and we'll send them over to one of these other settlements. In Patavium, we completed our port. So now let's see how much we're making in trading between these 2 ports. 306 in Patavium, 238 in Ariminum. That's honestly not as much as I expected. Are they trading with each other? They're not. Oh, maybe they're not trading with each other because they have a road connection between the 2. Okay. Who are y'all trading with then? Messana and Tarentum. Okay, we need to build ports in Salona and Segesta. Well, I think Segesta can't build a port, but we need one in Salona for sure. But that's okay, it's still not a bad thing to have ports. Let's build roads in Patavium in case we need to quickly return Quintus Julius if Lugatorix turns and attacks Segesta. And end of turn report, another profitable turn, another 3,000 profit, very good. Sextus Ancio. How close are we to the Spanish? Honestly, I wonder if the Spanish are even hanging on at this point, because Spain has such a bad starting position. Like, I did okay with the start of my Spanish campaign, but the computer usually doesn't do very well, because Spain has to fight against the Gauls and the Carthaginians. Let me see who they're at war with. They're at war with just the Carthaginians. Wow. Usually Spain fights the Gauls and the Carthaginians, so good for them. Kind of makes sense that the Gauls wouldn't want to fight, because they're not doing very well. They did just lose Medulanium and Patavium. Maybe the Spanish are holding on fairly well. Do we want to go ahead and repair these biremes? I think we should. We'll go ahead and repair these biremes, and we'll do it out of Ariminum. It does mean taking some population out of Ariminum, which is not ideal, but I just want to keep them kind of centrally located in case they need to respond to any kind of anything happening anywhere. I'm so confused by Aulus Brutus just hanging out here. I think he really doesn't know what to do. I would love if they just committed 11 units and their faction heir to hanging out in my territory for the entire campaign. That'd be perfect. Just stay right there. All right, let's go ahead and end this turn. And Lugatorix, I think, actually left. Yeah, he actually left. That's crazy. I'm shocked they're actually honoring the ceasefire when I have all these settlements that have like no garrison. Okay, good for you. They've chosen peace. They're probably going to go take Massilia. I'm fine with that. That is a great use of their time. Let's keep moving up towards Yovavum. I seem to remember there being some rebels in this area, so we'll need to clear them out at some point. They're probably hiding in this forest. Can we see what's in Yovavum yet? No, not quite yet. 4 units though. We can handle 4 units, that's no problem. We completed our peasants in Arretium, so we will go ahead and bring them over to disband inside of Segesta, and that brings Segesta up to a large town. Ooh, look at that calculation. Perfect. By 11. Just by 11 population. Just barely hit that threshold. That's perfect. So now Segesta has hit their population goal. Ariminum is next. They're 750 away. So let's train some more peasants in Arretium. We'll bring them over to Ariminum, get them up to the next level to a minor city. And then we might want to start thinking about getting Patavium up to a minor city as well. So we'll just continue draining the population out of Medulanium. It really makes no difference whether you have 750 population or 2,000 population in the city. either way, you're not hitting that next threshold anytime soon. So may as well just get Patavium to the next level by bringing population over from Medulanium. So we'll do that. Honestly, we can do the same thing in Segesta. We want to keep a good amount of population here, but it's more important that we get our cities constantly building something good. So we're just going to get to the upgrade thresholds, even if it costs a couple hundred denarii a turn and moving population around. Look at our construction report. Ariminum finished their sewers. Let's build. What do we want to build here? We'll build a market. Since we are now trading by sea, man, a market's really not that much. Trade will be a big deal later. When we're trading with a lot of people between a lot of cities, and the cities are much bigger, trade will be worth like 90% of our income. But at this point, it's really not. So we'll just build the next level of farms, gets us 70 income a turn, gets us an extra 0.5% population growth rate. In Batavium, we got roads finally. I almost want to go straight to paved roads because Batavium is such a huge crossroads between Juvavum, Segestica, Salona, Medulanium. It's pretty big. We want our troops to move quickly through Batavium. I'm going to go ahead and do paved roads, actually, in Batavium. And we'll get back to, Temple of Ceres, the kind of population growth rate stuff after roads. But I think it's important to get really good roads in Batavium. Medulanium, we got our Temple of Ceres level 2. Let's see if that culture penalty is shrinking yet. Not yet. You kind of need to grow a population of Romans for that population penalty to go down, because I think it registers what percent of the population is originally from a barbarian settlement. And I think that's why our culture penalty is so high. Also, until we get to the next level of the city, the Warlord's Hold is barbarian, Stockade is barbarian, Meeting Hall, they're all barbarian buildings. Also, the roads and land clearance. Since they were built by the Gauls, those are all barbarian buildings, which gives us culture penalty. So we'll need to build over those as we grow. Let's go ahead and build communal farming. So that'll get rid of one barbarian building, which should bring down the culture penalty a little bit. Take a look at our end of turn report. Ooh, profits of 4,000 denarii. We are really taking off now. And we did retrain our fleet. Admiral Oppius looking nice and shiny with freshly retrained biremes. And we never took a look at the stats of our Hastati that we retrained with better weapons. So now their melee attack is 9, missile attack 13, total defense 15. They're looking nice and scary. And next turn, we're going to go take Juvavum. Sextus Ancio. Can you see the Spanish yet? We're so close. Spanish are going to be right in this area, so he'll see them next turn probably. Let's go ahead and raise the tax rate in Segesta. Now that we have hit the threshold for Governor's Villa, we'll go straight up to very high, get a little more income coming out of Segesta. Right now we have a lot of money, but if we get into another war or something, we're going to need to train up a bunch of expensive units because we have basically no units in this part of the world. So very quickly, this could change and we could very much need money. So we want to be mindful. All right, let's go ahead and end this turn. And I'm really curious if Aulus Brutus is ever going to move. Look at that. No, he's just hanging out. Ooh, Senate office is assigned. Do you think we got a second person in office? Okay. No, Flavius Julius has been promoted, though, from Quaestor to Aedile, so he's an administrative official in charge of supervising streets, temples, and the quarters of a city, and the distribution of the Cura Annonae, all-important corn supply. Okay, well, he's getting really good. As you go through all of the different levels of, like, Quaestor, Aedile, Pontifex Maximus, all of these ranks, you get permanent traits from it. So he's an ex-Quaestor now, which is +1 influence. And Office of Aedile gives +1 management, +1 law. So you do get better over time based on that. Diplomatic information. Spain has allied with Germania, and Germania has allied with Macedon. So there's just like these big alliances springing up between all these factions. Germania, Macedon, Spain, Macedon, Brudii, Germania, Scythia, yeah. Weird alliances going on. We've got a lot of peasants to move around. We'll bring the peasants from Arretium into Ariminum. Peasants from Medulanium. We will bring to maybe Batavium, because they can't quite reach Ariminum this turn. So yeah, let's bring them to Batavium. We'll work on getting Batavium and Ariminum up to minor cities at the same time. Peasants in Segesta can't reach either Batavium or Ariminum, so we'll bring them over to Ariminum next turn. In Arretium, we completed our practice range, so now we can build our archery range, and we can start training Roman archers. Oh, I love them so much. And we have Marriage celebrations for Manius Julius. He has married someone with a pretty great name, Magna. And let's see, did he get... Oh, this is the filthy-minded, handsome, political animal guy. Wow, he's upgraded his like lying trait to economical with the truth. To this man, truth is merely a wrapper for more palatable facts. +2 influence though. I love this guy. And he's gotten married at 18. What a man. He's living it up in Segesta, in his tiny town. He's just living it up. End of turn report. Profited 1,600 denarii this turn, so not quite as much, but we are kind of spending a lot of money on investing in various things right now. And I think we can go ahead and take Yovavum. How long did this take us? Wow, 6 turns. It actually took us longer to take Yovavum than it took us to take Batavium, Segestica, and Salona when we were assigned the mission of taking Batavium, so that's kind of funny. But let's see what is defending this city. So they don't have a general. Ooh, they have Naked Fanatics. Attack of 14, no armor, defensive 8, good morale. So they're pretty nasty if you get caught fighting them hand to hand. And then they just have the really crappy peasants and some warband. So shouldn't be too bad. We have archers, we have a general, we've got heavy infantry. Should be pretty easy. Let's try and not take too many casualties. And when you use archers in combination with war dogs, they kind of work well together because the war dogs pin the unit without you taking any real casualties, because you can lose all your war dogs every battle and they'll regenerate next time as long as you don't lose the handlers. And then your archers can shoot over them. So that's kind of a good combination, and we have both of them in this army. So we'll use them, and then once we've kind of used up those resources, we will use our standard Hastati infantry to finish off the battle. So let's see what we got here. We have peasants on one flank. Honestly, we've been using this general a lot for fighting. Let's go just charge into these peasants. They should break pretty easily, and it's good experience. We want him to continue getting better as a fighter, and we'll start moving up our infantry. We can just honestly group them and move them up in this formation. Get one charge in. They're not going to break. Just get out of there. Oh, they're shaken. I mean, they could break, but we'll pull back, get one more charge in. Actually, looks like they're going to get in range of my archers. So we'll get some shots in with the archers. And then I'll have my general come on this flank over here, and yeah, we'll throw some Pila in, and they'll break really quickly. They're wavering already. Honestly, no need to waste any Pila. Just stop firing. And you guys stop firing as well, because we don't want to shoot my general. All right. Wow. We got a bad charge, and they're just shaken. Okay, wavering. But, I mean, they do one attack. So, yeah, they've broken. They really can't cause any real damage to my general. So, run them down, get those kills for free, and then we'll move up my infantry to about here. Come on, move up to here. There we go. All those peasants are dead. Go ahead and pull my general out of here. We probably won't use him for fighting anymore in this battle because we don't want to risk losing him if by some chance he's already lost a hit point or two. All right, let's move up my heavy infantry. They're not heavy infantry, but they're my heaviest infantry, so I'll call them heavy infantry. Get them to there and move up my kind of support troops. And this is when I would like to use the combination of my war dogs and archers. So pull them up to about here. And I want to use them against the Naked Fanatics. Naked Fanatics, they will cut through my war dogs pretty quickly, but they don't have any armor. So shooting them with arrows, they'll take a lot of damage, and also the war dogs should do a good amount of damage to them. And they're the best troops that the enemy have. So if we can do a good amount of damage with these units before we send in the actual infantry, that would be ideal. But let's keep moving up our infantry. Move them up to here. All right, those Naked Fanatics are in range now, so we will have our archers go ahead and start firing, and then we will release the dogs as soon as they respond in any kind of way. Actually, it looks like... Come on, they're in range. Go ahead and fire. Oh, I turned off fire. Well, that makes sense. And then we'll go ahead and release the dogs. This first volley is going to go straight into their back, so they can't even use their shields. So that 0 armor is really going to hurt them. And okay, dogs are released. And if you just tell the handlers to run away, the handlers won't necessarily run away. The dogs will continue fighting regardless. But sometimes you have to use the withdraw command to make the handlers actually run away. See how they want to stay with their dogs? But if you tell them to withdraw, they usually will. Yep, there you go. And so we are firing into these naked fanatics. They're getting eaten up by the dogs, and they are also going to cut down the dogs really quickly. But kind of distracts them so that some of them get shot in the back by the arrows coming in. And we'll do a good amount of damage to these fanatics before we actually have to fight them with our infantry. And honestly, let's use this little break while they deal with the dogs to pull up the rest of my infantry so that they can get in there and start throwing in some Pila. Dogs are almost gone. At this point, we can go ahead and have the handlers go over here by the general, and they should listen to that command now that they're far enough away from the dogs. But okay, we have all of our Hastati, not all of them, but some of our Hastati in position. So I'm going to have them start firing their Pila in. They're hesitant to fire because of the dogs, because the dogs are technically allies. So you sometimes have to kind of trick them into firing by telling them to stop and then telling them to throw their javelins, and then you have to kind of stop them from charging in. But there's a way of finessing them to actually fire their Pila, even when allies are nearby. Okay, keep firing. Archers, I don't know if they still have a shot. Yeah, it looks like they do. They're probably shooting my Hastati in the back as well, but they're going to do most of the damage to the enemy. We've thrown in most of our Pila at this point. Warband are down to 90. Naked Fanatics are down to 20. This other Warband's down to 141, and they're falling quickly, so yeah, this is not working out well for them. I forgot to get my general involved. We don't really need him for morale, but it's always a good practice to have your general nearby just in case. I want to use the Pila on this unit, but it's kind of hard to get them to do it sometimes. They might not do it. Okay, this unit broke. The Naked Fanatics are wavering. So we'll cut a bunch of them down here. And then we'll just finish this off. Let's go ahead and just charge in. No point in waiting around. We could, for example, use the rest of our arrows, but there's really no strength left in this army. So just everyone charge in. Get my general up here just in case there's any morale issues, but there really shouldn't be. And if they charge off the city center, then they'll break and I'll win. But we don't even need them to. This will honestly be an easy fight from this point on. Yeah, they're just getting overrun here. Down to about 40 in the army, so yeah. Not a great situation for them. I do love seeing the Naked Fanatics though. They're kind of a fun unit type. And like a true coward, one of the last people alive in this army at the very back is their commander. Look at him go, coward. Oh, I know what we're going to do with him. I know what we're going to do with him. So we have just the enemy commander left in the city. And this is how we love to end our battles, when we can. I would have fed him to the dogs, but the dogs are gone, so this will do.
Rome demands victory from her generals, and this day is clearly our victory.
Nice, clean battle. Ooh, that's embarrassing. We killed 881 of them. They killed 42 of us. And I accidentally killed 20 of my own troops with my archers. So I killed almost as many of my troops as they did. And just like that, Yuvavum falls. Looks like the population is about 1,200 right now. So we could occupy the city and work on growing it, but we can always move population around. So I'm going to enslave the populace just to give the population growth bonus to Patavium for trading the slaves. So, wow, we're at 2% population growth bonus from slavery right now because we're getting slaves from Yuvavum, Segestica, Salona, and Medulanium all being traded to Patavium right now. So the population growth rate there is currently 8%. That's crazy. All right, in Yuvavum, let's go ahead and build a wooden palisade. We always build that first, and then we'll probably build roads next. Actually, kind of want to build roads now. No, we'll build roads next turn. It's okay. And we will leave behind just 1 unit of Hastati that's damaged and 1 unit of war dogs, because the total income from this city is, I think, 517. That sounds really high. Wow, that's not as bad as I thought it would be. Okay, I was going to say 517, so we shouldn't spend too much money on upkeep for a garrison, but we're actually already profitable with youth of them. I figured it would be a smaller city, honestly. I thought there would be like no population here. We'll go ahead and send our army back down to northern Italy. I'm thinking we might send it towards Massilia next, or try and get in here and get Sardinia before the Scipii. If I could stop the Scipii from getting Sardinia and Carthage, and stop the Brutii from making any progress in Greece, I'm going to be dominating my allies, which is much better than you expect. Oh my god, is Lugatorix not? Okay, I think Lugatorix is going to try and take Massilia, but I can't even tell. That's a pretty good army. He could easily take Massilia if he wanted to. All right, let's take a look. Retinue expanded. Ooh, Quintus Julius got a slave trader. Slave trader is really good because it increases the rate of population growth in regions where slaves are plentiful, which means if you station him in a city that has slavery, I think it doubles the rate at which you get a bonus from slavery. So I want to get him to Batavium because I might go to 4% population growth bonus just from the slavery that's being traded in, I think. And Senate mission successful. Games will be thrown in your honor at the Senate's expense. You never really see what that means. I'm going to take a look next turn and see if maybe I get a bonus to my popularity with the people. I don't really know what it does though. Let me see if it like increases happiness anywhere. Not really. I don't know if there's really a defined bonus that you get from games being thrown in your honor at the Senate's expense, but it certainly doesn't hurt. Games held in Segesta. Maybe there's a public order bonus here. No, there's not even a public order bonus here. I don't know. I don't know what the purpose of that is. Okay. Maybe that's the buildings of entertainment, fun, culture, and the maintenance of good order. 5% bonus? I don't know. It's okay. But with the completion of that Senate mission and the rounding out of 8 territories, I think that's a wonderful place to end this part. Next time, we're probably going to go take either Massilia or Sardinia. I'm kind of leaning towards Sardinia, which actually makes me think maybe I should build a boat in Arretium, because we could bring Admiral Oppius all the way around, and actually I will bring Admiral Oppius all the way around because we will need him for fighting off the various Carthaginian fleets. But I'm going to go ahead and build a Byreme in Arretium. But do I do it now or do I do it later? I'm going to do it later when all the troops are actually ready to get on the boat. We're going to hold off for now because I don't want to pay for the upkeep in the meantime. But I kind of think I want to attack the Carthaginians next. I would love to finish off the Gauls, but that's going to take forever. To get all the way up here to Condate Redonum will take like 100 turns. So that's not a realistic goal. Important strategic cities right now are Sardinia and Carthage. I'm getting ideas. Regardless, thank you so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying this series, and I will see you next time.